into my very first artist alley. Quite illegally. Yep, to this day, I honestly don't know how they even accepted me by first glance. All of this experience was only so bizarre, but fun. But so, what the hell am I doing? But fun! Experience. It was such a mixture of thoughts, emotions, and situations which altogether made a ball of brown Play-Doh. Because in such little time, so much happened. So many colors. Ah! Okay. First, I'm going to banter with you about how I got in, applying online. And then the moment where I had to go with my mom and pay in person, and they had to take a look at my underage face. It all started when, at the end of 2023, I discovered this completely out of the universe realm where everyone shared the same interest, the same hyperfixations, and the same clothing style. A realm that leaves you bankrupt. That realm, my stars, were conventions. Literally, the first moment my feet stepped inside that place when I had found their existence, I was gone. Look at all these little plushies, and oh my god, are they handmade by you and not by a big industry which exploits all of their workers to make a Christmas version of a Pikachu? Look at all these stickers! That's totally me. So eventually, I started to look up to these conventions, going to them more regularly and keeping them both with them and with the artists that I loved best in their social networks. Now, in reality, it all started with a pop-up advertisement of a big Miku convention. I actually wanted to go there as a consumer, but as I tried to take the tickets out, instead of the link of the tickets to enter, I pressed the link of the artist alley applications, and I was like, perhaps I should have gave it a try. You see, conventions are now my motivation to go sit, think, and take my time to make the thingies, because it is a literal deadline, and without a literal deadline, I just have all the unlimited time in the world. Something very dangerous for me. Moreover, I wanted at that moment to have that little push towards starting one of my silly little dreams, so I filled out the form, put some pictures of my work, and sent it. No hopper for anything, of course, because entering some of these are and was quite hard. And to the unexpected of everyone and me, I got in. I got in the Mika convention. And it turned out the convention was in Mexico. And I live in Argentina. So, obviously, I didn't go to that convention, but it was a starting motivation. After that, I started applying for more. Eventually getting in this one, they texted me saying if I was still interested, that they had loved my work, and that they had reserved me a table for me to pay throughout the next week. And there it was. I had to make face-to-face. Technically, the plan was that my mom was the one to sign up, and that was what happened. But still, it was very funny because the place where we had to go and pay turned out to be in a very narrow, uncanny, lonely street. Looking at a building, which we thought at first, but the bell had a kawaii sticker in it, so we're like, yeah, we're good. Oh well, we entered the office, we talked to the ladies, which were super nice. They explained how everything worked, answering some important questions in order for me to apply. The question, so how old are you? Came. Normal question, nothing weird. And I still went blank. And my mom responded, 17. When I tell you, she gave me the biggest side-eye to me and to her coworker, like, is this legal? But well, quickly my mom said that she was going to be the one responsible for the table, which also funny story, you know how artists share tables? Well, I was shy of sharing my first time. So I'd say no, not taking into account the space that they gave me. Guess what? The table was almost 2 meters long, and I had nothing to sell at that moment. But anyways, that were not a big problem in the end, as my stand could stand out more. Get it, the pun? Well, doesn't matter. Well, those were two funny things. Now, the big day has come. After days of anxiety working, not knowing what the hell I was doing, money, designing my table, making the table at home, money. The day came. I already had and still have no idea how I managed to make everything in that short period of time. Oh, I know. With the help of my super duper supportive family. A big clap for them. No, really, I couldn't have done it without them. Arriving at the convention, we found the entrance after almost entering a charge. We got in after some wait, almost doubting if that was the line. And we were in. We had almost an hour to put up the stand. Yippee, speed run, which luckily had a nice spot. Blah, 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 organization. We're ready. Suddenly, we're just taking pictures and joking around with my mom at the stand when suddenly random people started passing by. When in reality, many tables were still empty. We were like, the fuck? There were still many artists missing and still artists set in the tables and people were starting to enter the place. I mean, that part of many others was sort of chaotic. And also the part where suddenly 4 more people are asking me for things. And I didn't even finish taking note of the order, packaging the thing, and giving the change of the first customer. That of all things that I think that was the moment I was completely overstimulated. But luckily, it only happened 2 to 3 times. All in all, it was a lovely experience. I made some new friends. Also, some artists which I had always to look up now follow me like, oh my god, I'm dead. What the hell? And they are so nice, dude. What the hell? My mom was so super proud of me and still is. Many of my super friends came to see me who were also very proud of me as they see all of my progress throughout the years. And after seeing me literally work in between classes. And even some of my teachers bought me some stuff. The school now has a little cult of my stickers. You can't escape them, they're everywhere. Well, in the end, I almost died. Being standing up for 8 hours straight was something I was clearly not accustomed to, even though I had not 1 but 2 chairs to sit in. And the day after that, I got sick. That was it. Honestly, I wanted to tell you so much other cool and funny stuff that happened, but recently I've been limiting myself to just a few minutes of animation for me to be able to animate it both faster and with more quality. But that comes with the consequences of me limiting my words, which is so frustrating because I love rambling. I love talking about silly situations in my life, which may or not be funny. So much that I don't even know why I animate the whole thing. Like, just make a podcast at this point. Kidding! Well, yeah, sorry if my inactivity is showing a bit. This situationship where I have to keep up with both school, extra school activities, and this convention stuff is letting me have little to no time for many things. Anyways, if you're that kind of person who is doubting if to start or not, do it! You have all my support. Just plan your things. Be organized. Not like me. Create things which you will like to buy yourself. Like, enjoy the process and hydrate and eat for you not to die like I did. Extra tip, bring a big water bottle with you. I didn't, and it was really frustrating. Well, I will just stop using the outro as an excuse to talk more. And just greet and thank you all for watching. See ya in the next one!